I'm going to start with a little bit of juggling.
Awesome.
Then I will dance, and pretty soon, then I do hand tricks. All in all, the idea is to be amusing.
We're going to take our show on the road. We're going to get the sombreros.
Welcome to the press conference today for ahead of Video Games Live. It's the first time coming to the Middle East and Dubai.
I think somewhere around 85 days ago, we started the countdown. I still remember being in my office and putting the big 85 on my chalkboard along with my staff and everybody, and telling them that we've got 85 days, we've got to work our way back now. Each day is going to be bigger and better, and I think we've reached somewhat of our target. We've got a huge audience base who's coming for the show. Everybody's thoroughly excited. The buzz around the city has been great. I mean, people are loving the idea of video games growing over here, and that initially was our initiative for this show, was not only to bring the #1 video game concert here, but to show how strong the Middle East is in the video game industry. And I think one thing that we're really excited about having here is having the father of the video game industry, Nolan Bushnell here. I mean, the guy who founded Atari is just an unbelievable thing to see where it started out with and what it is today. And I think with that, let me introduce you to my special friends who have helped me understand and helped me grow in this industry. And I will start in the end and work my way down. The first friend of mine is Mr. Gerard Marino, who's well known as the award winner composer behind the amazing game that we love in Dubai called God of War. So that's him in the end. Next to him is the director of audio and composer for Blizzard, well known for his games such as World of Warcraft, StarCraft, and Diablo 3, Mr. Russell Brower. And no introduction is needed for this man, let alone the father of video games, the founder of Atari, Mr. Nolan Bushnell, and my close personal friend, the guy who I've been running around with, where it all started with, who can I talk to about bringing the show to Dubai? And he's like, there's this little guy in the end that you can talk to. And I'm just still going to say, my good friend over here, the CEO, executive producer, and host of Video Games Live, Mr. Tommy Tellerico, and I leave it to these gentlemen to talk about the show. Guys, you can go for it.
You know, Dubai is a city of, it's got to be the biggest and the fastest or the tallest and and so what better place to launch the very first video game concert in the Middle East than Dubai. I'm just bummed that we didn't do the very first show ever here. I think that's 10 years ago, this should have been the launching pad. The reason I created Video Games Live is I wanted to prove to the world how culturally significant and artistic video games have become. So this show isn't just for hardcore gamers. So this is going to be the first of many. Video Games Live signed a 5-year deal with Cyclops.
I believe that the Middle East is ready for the next transition. And the transition is from video game players to video game creators. I would like to see what a truly unique and indigenous video game from UAE can be. And it might just go viral and be the #1 game in the world. And so I want to encourage everybody who loves to play games to start designing them. And before you know it, you'll be a great programmer and have a career that you won't be able to tell the difference between work and play. And that's a good thing.
What excites me about this concert series and bringing it to a part of the world who hasn't experienced this sort of live celebration of video game music before is that this is a chance for us to show the world that this kind of music, this art form has reached the status of timelessness. I just want to thank you for welcoming Blizzard into this historic concert, and we're so excited. This is history, and I'm very proud, so thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm very honored that you have all brought me here. I found out that I guess God of War is banned from sale in this area, and You're nice enough to bring me out, even though you've never heard nor seen anything of the game. So I really appreciate the leap of
We
faith.
played the game. Well, we love the game. Don't worry about that.
No, well, okay. You're allowed to say that. Thanks, though. Thanks. I'm honored you brought me out. VGL is bringing people from consumers to creators, because I've also had the parents come up and say, thank you. Our son decided right now, after hearing that piece, what he wants to do with his life. And I said, I'm sorry. I'll try to talk him out of it. Here's my card.
When you work on your compositions, do you inspire the games, or are you inspired by the games you're working on? I ask this because specifically Gerard looks a lot like Kratos, so...
We had a Halloween show. Do they do Halloween out here?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course they do,
Okay,
yeah.
so we did a Halloween show last year, and we played God of War, and there's footage of this on YouTube. I highly recommend checking it out. Of Gerard of War, is what we call him.
I'll look for that
Gerard
video.
of War, and he was dressed full up Kratos. I mean, he worked out for a couple months. He was ripped. He shaved his head for that show, and he's kept it shaved ever
I'm
since.
sure it was awesome, so.
So yeah, I think there was definitely something there.
That was-
Art imitates life.
That was
is what they
life
say.
imitating art that time.
You know, in film or television, you know, those mediums, they're telling a story, right? And the way you tell a story is mostly through dialogue. So a lot of music for film and television is considered background music or incidental music. I like to call what we do foreground music, because we get the action scene every time, you know? We are the ones who set the mood and the action and the setup for what is about to happen. Not the dialogue, but our music. So we're very fortunate to be playing with the UAE National Symphony. I mean, this guy spares no expense. Whenever you know, when he first came up to me and we met in Los Angeles, and he says, I want to put on a show in Dubai. How come you've never, or he said, how come you've never done a show in Dubai? I said, because no one's asked us. He's like, well, I'm asking you. Okay. And that's what we love about Dubai, damn it. We even got picked up in Bentleys and Ferraris at the airport. So we're just rode red carpet all the way in Dubai. That's the way people roll in Dubai. We love that. We appreciate that. And it's funny because whenever we go to a country and a place for the first time, and now you have to, you know, imagine these are people who've been trained in classical music for 30, 40, 50 years sometimes, right? And so they're used to Stravinsky and Mozart and Beethoven and you know, and they sit down. So whenever we come into the rehearsal for the first time, playing a country or city for the first time, you kind of see them and they get in their chairs and they, World of Warcraft. Sonic the Hedgehog? What the hell is this? But then when they play the music as a group together, you can kind of see them all looking at each other going, nodding their heads going, oh, this is actually legitimate music. Oh, I get it now. Then the show happens and they hear 3,000, 4,000 people screaming and cheering and clapping like it's the second coming of Elvis Presley or the Beatles. Now, you get these oboe players coming up to me at the break going, okay, I've been playing oboe for 40 years and I've never heard an audience cheer for me like I've heard here today. When are you guys coming back? You could maybe say that Video Games Live is kind of like the opera of the 21st century, where we're ushering in a whole new generation of young people to come out and appreciate the symphony. It's amazing to do this and to come to a country for the first time, because there's that energy level that's going to be there that's always brand new because no one has ever seen it. So that wow factor goes off the charts, and the musicians feel that, and they enjoy it. Yeah.
I'm surprised anybody knows who I am, and, pleasantly, and been enjoying a lot of shisha.
That's his fault.
So I'm having a great time. I love coming to new places, meeting new people, seeing how other people on the other side of the world live, and sharing ideas and sharing stories and having a laugh.
You wait on Friday night when you get 3,000, 4,000 people in a room together, right? And who are celebrating and who are proud that, like, Look at this, the UAE National Symphony, our national symphony on stage right now, playing Zelda and Mario and Metal Gear Solid. Are you kidding me? Like, there's this sense of camaraderie that you sense in the whole room. You know, everybody kind of coming together, you know, in this celebration. And that's something that you can't put on a flyer or a poster or even in a trailer, really. You know, it's something that you experience and feel in person. And hopefully you'll be, you know, flying high off it for a long time afterwards. And, you know, spread the word to friend and foe alike.